I can post it in YouTube later on, so that your other classmates will see it. If ever they cannot come join the session right now. So good evening to all. And this is the second session of our class ITAS 1. So last time we discussed about some related topics on the subject. This time, what we're going to discuss about is decision structures. No. So first things first, what will happen is we will have a lecture. Then afterwards, the Q&A or the question and answer portion, and then some announcements will be discussed also after the Q&A. So time check, it's 7:32, 7:33 now, and then okay, later on, we're going to have 1 hour class for this evening. So I hope that you can bear with me throughout the discussion. Okay. So our lesson for tonight is about the decision structures, no? And decision structures. Okay, wait. Okay, I hope that you can see my screen. Okay, that's better. So decision structures is a programming that is similar to decision making in real life. In programming, there are certain block of codes that needs to be executed when some condition is fulfilled. So take note that in programming, guys, you ought to solve a certain program, there's a certain problem in all of the programs. Meaning to say that you need to build up a code so that you can meet some condition. And if that condition is being fulfilled, it means to say that you have solved the problem. So programming languages uses control statements to control the flow of the execution of the program based on a certain condition. So these are used to cause the flow of execution to advance and branch based on changes of the state of the program. So that is decision structures, no? So a decision structure is constructed in a computer program that allows the program to make a decision and change its behavior based on that decision. So the decision is made or based upon the outcomes of the logical test, meaning that the logical test is a calculation whose outcome is either true or false. So there are certain conditions. When you speak about true or false, ang true or false nga sa exam ninyo, ha? Pero true or false means it's the condition. So it's a binary condition wherein you have only 2 choices or two outcomes, either true or either false. So we will be discussing about half conditions or the binary conditions later on. And I hope that you can comprehend with programming, because I know that you are in first year, pero I think you have some experience in programming in senior high school and during the first sem. So all is good. I'm hoping that all is good na. So again, I'm welcoming you all. You are now 15 people joining me right now. And I hope some of your classmates will still join later on. Okay, so as we go on, guys, let's have the objectives for this evening first. So our objectives is to discuss, number 1, the importance of algorithm and problem-solving process. Okay, number 2, nagdoble. Value the importance of programming languages in designing solutions. And number 3, understand the basic concepts and structures of computer programs. So the first one is the if statement, no, sa decision structure. Now, what is an if statement? You can see on the diagram here, we have the test expression, And then there's a condition. If it is true, you're going to go to the body of if statement. And if false, you go directly to the statement just below if. And then the
Hindi
execution of the
kitaon, sir.
program. Ha?
Hindi kitaon.
Hindi kita anon, Ged. Pareho man ka last week. Ay, sus.
Gamay.
Gamay siya?
Maggamay. Oo, gamay.
Okay. Refer lang guys sa module
Pwede
ninyo.
nyo man ma-zoom?
Pwede na, sir.
Pwede ma-zoom.
I-try nyo kung pwede ma-zoom.
Try ka bla.
Try nyo kung...
Pwede.
I-try nyo i-zoom. Oo. Okay. Sige doon. May dyan ka mo guys ng module. Please refer to your module that is found in your module, ha? Kung hindi nyo makita.
Din nga module, sir. Burulon pa.
Sa Google Classroom ko gin-post. Di ba every week ga-post ako sa inyo nga Google Classroom. So you can refer the module there sa Google Classroom and tuya mo man gyapon i-upload ya ninyo guys, answer. Okay? Ayad ang inyo gali nga sa activity ninyo. Sige. Okay. Basically the if statement is checks the given condition of if the condition evaluates to be true when the block of code or statement will execute otherwise. So how are you going to comprehend this? If it's true, you have a precondition already. If it is false, you have another alternative. So the if statement answers your true or false statement, meaning to say, it's either true or not true, which is false. So you have two choices, guys, no? If you meet a certain condition, that is true. If it is not, so sorry lang, balik naman sa puno and then try ninyo nga mag-execute liwat ka program sa code. So if until such time that the precondition is being met, your program will not execute unless the given value is met or the precondition is met. Okay? So that is an if statement, no? Okay, let's go to another one. Your activity number 3, guys, is coding 103. Your coding 103 is found in your module. So you have here a set of codes. This code is tama ka mugot man lang. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lines lang siya. So this code will classify the word or the string name nga makita ninyo dayan sa console. So ano lang siya, it's similar to your hello world pero lain lang ang statement. If you want to customize the code, para nun nyo lang anay siya, it means nga encode nyo lang in any IDE, online IDE. Pagkatapos guys, kung mag-run siya, you can actually customize it kung ano yung output ninyo. Diyan ka mo mailis sa console sa right line. Okay? Ang content niya bala sa sulod daw. So pwede nyo maislan ka pa name nyo or any statement na gusto nyo ibutang. Okay? So that is activity number 3. By the way, for this evening, for the I'm sorry, for the module number 2, I think you have 3 activities, that is 3, 4, and 5. Pero feel free lang to code ang activity 3 kag number 4. Ang activity 5, hindi nyo lang guys pag i-comply. Activity 3 and 4 lang. Okay? Now, sa if-else statement, ang if-else statement ninyo, this one is also a true or false statement. However, may pilian ka mga isa pagid, else. That means to say you have 3 choices. So I know that going to have a precondition with either true or false statement, true or false, pero may isa pagid ka mo kapilian. So you can see there on test expression, If the statement is true, you go to the body of if. Then, if the condition is met, you go to the statement just below if. If it is false, you go directly to the body of else, but you still have to go back to the body of if. Then, pasikot-sikot lang. If the precondition is not being met, the program will still execute. Okay? Later on, I will show you some example on how are you going to program this in CMD. Pero what I'm looking for lang is for tonight lang is your how are you going to run this using the C# code. Okay. For activity number 4, that is coding 104. So it's still the same, and you have I think you have a choice of 2 inputs. So the first choice for the 2 inputs here is found on the if statement here. So if statement, which is name equals gigs, and then console.write line gigs for gigs SR, or gigs for gigs R. Else, gani, ang console ninyo is gigs lang siya. So you have 2 choices. Other for the what's this gani? Precondition that is being found, if the statement will it's true, yeah, then ang gigs for gigs ang magawa ng statement. If else, gigs lang siya. Okay, so that is coding 104. And then the last statement is the switch statement, no? For the switch statement, you have preconditions on if statement and if else statement, guys. For the switch statement, I think you have several choices. Pero it's not if statement, kaya kung magambal ko if, it's 2 variable lang siya. So it's either true or false. This one, you have a case. Instead of if, you have a case. This case will determine a precondition, meaning to say each case has its own written code, different from other cases. So case 1, 2, 3, and 4, or how many n a case that you can know, depende. How are you going to program this? It's basically ang contents ang inyong pagpasunod sa if statement. So it depends upon, you have choices, no? If you press, like for example, if you have 4 buttons, if you press number 1, what will happen? If you press button number 2, the same thing happen pero may iba niya dugang. Same true with number 3 and 4. So all of the cases depends upon the content of the code and what is that code for. Meaning to say, whatever the precondition that is being determined on the case statement or the statement number 1 or number 2, number 3, depende, you can expect the output based upon the input that you put in there. However, you have several choices. That's the difference. So meaning to say, you don't have any 2 choices anymore, or maybe 3 for that matter, pero it's more than 2 or more than 3. So damo siya. So a switch statement is pwede niyo mabutanga daw all in one siya, or meaning to say, sa isa lang ka pag-code ninyo, duro-duro kaya pwede nyo ibutang output. Although isa lang yung output nga magwa, pero may choices ka several choices. Okay? So I think that is all for tonight. Ang last nga sample, why siya activity? Because I said that nga ano guys, nga tao lang ko 2 ka activity for each week. Kaya I think hindi naton siguro masapar or or kapin pa ko niya code naton siguro maglawig bala. So do you have any questions regarding our topic for this evening? Or there are some clarifications regarding the coding or on the activity? So kung hindi pagid ka mo guys ka I think nabaton doon niyo ya yung balik ko nga gincheckan ko doon ya inyo guys ng activity. So if ever nakapasa ka mo last week, I think nagbalik do kaninyo kung pera score ninyo. So that is the advantage of Google Classroom, no? Please utilize Google Classroom so that madasig lang ya pag ano naton. Madasig lang gid like for example magpasa ka mo dun ka activity, insigida ma-checkan ko siya, meaning to say mabalik ko lagi kaninyo ang inyong activity. Naka-grade na siya. So automatically naka-record dun ang scores ninyo kagtuyan. You will know how much score did you get, and if you are not satisfied, pwede ka mo ka ano ka na ko, not necessarily nga complain gid, pero pwede ka mo ka pamangkot, no? Pwede ka mo ka pamangkot kung sir kung diin ako nagkulang or ano. Sometimes nagabutang ako ka comment sa notification ninyo. Gina-inform ko kamo kada if what is ang error or andin kamo nagsala sa dang statements ninyo, sa dang activity. So I hope that you understand nga tuya lang kita sa isa ka lugar para hindi kita magraptan, no? I don't know if in other subjects what is your system of procuring the module and the activity. Pero please follow direction so that matawhayan pag ano naton ka ano ninyo, ha. So all in all totality, as I've said, I will give you only 2 activity per session or per week so that hindi kita mabudlayan mag-check. Although I just nanto gaway number activity. Kay actually the module that you why ko pa siya ma-edit gid it mayad. Kag why ko pa mabuhinan ang activity. Kay nadudla ko last sem nga i-activity ka other year nakalabot sa 49 ata. So mabudlay siya mag-comply. So para nga hindi mabudlay ka naton kag kaninyo guys. Limit ko na lang sa 2 activities. Although it's not necessarily nga in this subject. I think mag final siguro after ka midterm. May hindi lang may puro code, may dyan man nga essay kita kag sometimes may mga ginapa-comply ako nga ng may mga term na dyan guys unlike sa coding bala. So karon coding ba lang siya, pero sa may dyan man nga essay kag ang movie review. Sa movie review malantaw ka mo ka movie nga isa tapos ibutang ka mo ka reaction paper ninyo pasa. So those are some activities that you can expect on this subject. Pero most of the time, I think there are topics that you need to code with. So for you not to be a burden on coding, I think you can code in your Android phones. And you can actually pass it in Google Classroom. No? Kaya ang Android phone may Google Classroom man built-in. Kunwari, you can download it in your Play Store. So, pero I suggest that you use your .edu account, ang ISCOF account ninyo guys, para nga automatic ka mo maka-access sa aton nga Although, some of the, on your GC, I will put there all the announcements man sa GC nato para mas mapos. Nag-expect ako nga tanan naka do sa GC, pero okay gid tanan duman kamo guys nga sa list nga gintao kanako ni Ma'am Alingalan sa office niya. Naka-enroll naman sa GC naton. So there are 34 of you, and tonight you are 23 present. It's okay, no? I will print man modules nga print and output sa mga guys nga hindi kita na pero as much as possible for us nga mas madasig bala. Pag communicate at the same time, pag ninyo guys pag nga magredanin kamo, you can actually refer lang sa Google Classroom naton kag sa activity naton nga ipasa ninyo tuya. If you have any questions or directions or clarifications about it, you can put it in the GC or you can PM me nga direkta so that I can answer your questions or your queries about your activity. But most of the time ang hambal ko gid I think ang communication naton will be mostly on GC, And the Google Classroom is the place where you can download your module, your digital module, and then you can answer the activities. Then you can also upload your activity here. So that isa lang one-stop shop lang. So isa lang gid ka no para hindi mabudlay ka na kon kag kaninyo. Kay as I've said, if ever mag-redone ka mo using Google Classroom, so automatically lang you can pwede nyo guys ma-keep track yung scores ninyo. So you can if you are not satisfied, you can easily using the notification function niya, you can notify me, you can ask questions, or probably you can critique something. It might be abi guys, sometimes pareho abi ang ano ninyo eh. Sometimes maano ko, I can actually see nga ang code ang ginpasa kay isa nyo ka classmate, amo lang ba ginpasa duman kay iban. Kay pareho gid ya ano ya source ka ano nanda ka code. So galibog ulo ko kung paano ko siya gridan. So kung amo da yung ginahimo ko is gina-divide ko ang score ninyo sa duha na para hindi siya unfair sa iba yung classmate nga sandagid ko obra kandang activity. So mudagid na obra ko. So other than that, you can find the grading system sa module naton or sa syllabus that is found also in Google Classroom. All of your guys, all of your query about the subject or the resources also, mga PowerPoint kan i-upload ko da sa ano ninyo para hindi ka mo mabudlayan. The PowerPoints and the references ato tanan sa syllabus kag sa chapter by chapter sa module. Other than the module, I think ang PowerPoint lang amo lang gid ay ma-upload ko. Iban kada guys, you can research it. It's up to you to research, or it's up to you to find where you can put resources. Actually, there are some suggestions gani sa IDE on your Google Classroom, no? I think no in your module. So I think in your module number 2, if I'm not mistaken, on page I think it's in page 12. You can see there. It's not an advertisement, no. You can see there the free IDEs. So, ang free IDEs ninyo gada. This is the IDE that you can encode. Karing online siya. This is not found in your Android phones. So those are only suggestions. If ever you are using PC or laptop, you can use that. Pero if you're using Android phone, you can code it sa dang application ginadala ka ninyo last time. And then you can just produce a screenshot and upload the screenshot with the code and the answer. Okay. So I think maximum of isa lang gani guys nga pag pag screenshot pwede niyo dun mapasa or matingog. Kay ang code sa babaw, I think ang sa dalom ang sabat no or ang output, pwede na siya. Or sometimes kung hindi gid or you have a hard time doing the screenshot on laptop or in PC. So I think you pindutin niyo lang guys ang print screen nga button, okay, for laptops or for PC. Then open Microsoft Word. Then right click paste. Automatically ang tanan yung screenshot ma-post or ma-paste dito sa may inyong word processor or sa Word, and then ipangalanan nyo lang siya activity or i-save nyo siya activity number kung depende kung anong activity number or din activity na kamo, for example activity number 2, and then upload it to your Google Classroom. So amo da. Your Google Classroom can read any application like any file format. Pwede siya PNG, pwede siya JPEG, pwede PDF, kag pwede ang sa Word. So any applications or pwede. Regarding collaboration on certain Google services like your Google Docs or Google spreadsheet, I think or Google Docs. Google Docs most likely, guys. You can do that also. You can send the link. Pero ang work ninyo kung sa Google ka mo, sa Google, kung gagamit ka mo ka Google Docs, sa cloud na siya nakastore. So, ang i-share na lang kanakon ang link. If I'm going to double-click the link, it will be directed to your activity. So that is one, kunway na gid guys, choice. You can use the Google Docs, pero online siya. So you can type on your URL. You can type. And your URL, you can type docs.google.com, and then you can see Google Docs. You can select any kinds of documents there. Most likely, tatlo man lang yung ginaano natin gamit. Ang counterpart ka Word ninyo, ang counterpart ka spreadsheet or ka Excel, and ang counterpart ka PowerPoint presentation. If you're ever tired of templates, you can download templates from the internet. There are websites nga you can have templates for free. Pero I'm not requiring you a presentation right now. Maybe in the future. Pero that is a suggestion. That is only a suggestion. So that is it. Questions from you will be appreciated. Do you have any questions, guys? I'm sorry kung hindi nyo makita. I'll just upload the presentation so that you can see or you can actually browse it. But anyway, makita nyo man nagyapon sa module ninyo, guys. Tong dato. So next time, I think, so this is only a suggestion, no? So that before you join the session, I think you please view lang anay module nato, no? So you can see there online. You can see that online in your Google Classroom. I don't know if you can download it. Pwede nyo ma-download, guys. Sa Google Classroom, nakaagi do ka mo download ka modules. Kung hindi nyo siya ma-module, I'm sorry. Kung hindi nyo siya ma-download, I think you can browse it man. Basta naka-login lang kamo sa Classroom natin. Sa Android phone nyo, actually, you can download Google Classroom also, no? Kung waigid. Pero sa ibang Android phones, darado da ang Classroom sa dang ninyo. Kung gusto niyo tultulon ang Classroom sa browser, sa Google, gamitan lang ninyong Google nga browser. Then kita niyo sa may niya, sa may dot button. Kung i-click niyo siya, ma-tap down, naog siya. Then may menu da dyan ng pangitaon yung Google Classroom. Most likely sa dalom siya. Pero kung hindi nyo makita agad, pwede sa URL, you can type classroom.google.com. Pero dapat login ka mo sa Google account ninyo or sa .edu ninyong account. Na-notice ko man nga some of you or most of you guys are not logging into your .edu account. The advantage of logging in your .edu account is you have a notification for Google Meet nga may link para sa session natin for this evening or sa future. And at the same time, you are directly notified if ever na-checkan ko doon yung inyong activities. So, umuda siya kadasig. Pero, as much as we like, kinaanad ka mo sa inyong old Google account, and I know ang contacts nyo dayan man sa Google account, kaya tanan nga nakasave dayan mo. Tanan, when I say tanan, that is contacts nyo, browsing history, tanan, pati yung mga games ninyo gani sa Google pa naga-save. So amuda ka yung Google, no? That is why I'm urging you to use your .edu account kaya it's free man. At the same time, gingastuhan na kaeskwelahan para nga gamiton ninyo, guys, ang .edu, ISCOF.edu naton. So ang iba nyo hindi, I think hindi niyo man guro siya ma-appreciate patulad. Pero kung ano na kamo higher year, you can, kaya ang sa iba ninyong subjects, you are required to, I think you are required to make mga multimedia presentations or projects regarding that uses graphics or whatever, no? Don't you know that you can use free softwares nga sa graphics, gagamit ka graphical user interface kag ang graphic designing nga kung mag-login ka mo sa .edung account, free na siya, wala bayad. So that is one perk or one advantage if you are using your .edu accounts. Okay, so please endeavor yourself to use .edu account. Kung hindi niyo man siya ginagamit, balik naman ka mo sa inyong anong account, nga daan account, para nga may utilize ninyo yaduwa ka ano gid. Pero once in a while, ano ka mo guys, online ka mo sa .edu so that you'll be notified kung what is our schedule for the classes. At the same time, kung nabalik ko doon yung activity ninyo ang bipasa. So deadline for the activity is on Friday, I think, and that is midnight. If you're passing it late, you can pass it on Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, sa Monday ko pa man ano ang next ninyo nga module. So please, on Monday, check your Google Classroom. It's there already. Kung para nga sigurado gid sa udto lang kay morning ko siya gina-post, or if ever nga tandusan ako, or meaning to say ay akot ginaobra, I can post it on Sunday so that by Monday you can also browse it in advance, no, para nga ano ninyo. So that is all, I think. If you don't have any questions regarding our activity, you may ask questions regarding several things on how we're doing our classes, or do you have any suggestions? Huh, guys? Okay. Okay, so the people that are joining right now is Anthony,
Sir?
Clevon. Yes, to? May question ikaw? Okay, sir? Yes?
Ang ano sir, ang una blang activity sir, pwede pa makapasa sir?
Oo. You can still pass your first activity. I think na-checkan ko doon to guys, pero I think may tatlo nga may tatlo pa nga nagpasa. Okay? If ever
Okay,
I've
sir.
checked it,
Thank you sir.
I can still what's this kan? Give you grade nga ano. Pero if ever late na, I think I have to jot down a little guys ha. Mga gamay man lang you don't need to worry about it. Okay? Oo. Let's be
Okay, sir.
considerate, no? Kahit ang ano man. Sige to. Okay. You can still pass your activity, number 1. Please don't pass your activity sa GC. Palihog lang. Kaya sometimes messed up ang downloads, and then mas mayad kung sa Google Classroom lang guys, kay isa lang gabla kapag lantaw, or isa lang kapag ano please ano lang gid, be considerate guys ha. Mas madali abi guys nga mag-grade kaninyo kung tuya tanan. Unlike nga kung sa GC pa, white ang Facebook, wala sang grading system abi mo. Ang Google ang Classroom, ang Google Classroom may ara siya. So it's better there compare sa ninyo. Mas organized kag mas madasig. So I hope that you understand. I think if you're using cellphone man, I think you can upload man sa screenshot ano man ninyo, tultulan lang ninyo ang ang upload na bla kung paano siya mag-upload. Okay, don't go yet guys. Before you go later, I think don't go without jotting down your attendance ha. Kay basi I'll mark you absent kung hindi ka mo attendance for this evening. Okay. Do you still have questions or clarifications regarding our activity, or some questions about passing your activity, or otherwise iban pagid that you cannot understand? This is only once a week, guys. So I hope that you can understand. This is only 1 hour. Okay. The reason why is it evening that we're handling classes on the evening is because of the connectivity, no. Medyo buron kag mahina ang internet kung aga kag kung hapon. So I think it's better if we I understand nga ang iban hindi ka online. So I will just prepare some kananda module kung mag-request anda nadang printed bala. Right now I don't have any time to print the module yet because I'm handling also extension activities, no. Sa gani Friday will start an extension activity sa mga teachers sa DepEd. So I hope that you understand my situation right now. I'm doing my best to give you a quality education. So that is our purpose as your instructors or your teachers, no? Okay. Si Jaya nag-attendance na. Okay, si Dennis nag-attendance naman. Okay. Guys, you can do your attendance right now. Sige na. Amat-amat no kita attendance. Okay. I think why man kamo ga pamangkot, guys, or whatever. Yes, nag-raise ka hand si Gerald. Ano to? May pamangkot ikaw?
Why, sir?
Gerald, may pamangkot pa ito? Sige. Sabi ko may pamangkot. Ikaw kay kamo nag-raise ka hand. Okay, wait lang. Okay, 15. Let me see tiled. All right. Kita to kamo tanan doon. Okay. Kay na nakaalain ang layout. Sang ko kay na hindi kita anon ang tanan. Kapay do ka kita tado kamo tanan. Kay change ko ang layout. Sige, attendance na kamo, guys. Attendance kamo doon, and then you can go now after your attendance. Okay. If you have any concerns later on, please feel free to approach me in our group chat, or you can message me directly.
Thank you. Good evening.
Anytime. Sige, good evening. Good evening, Ged. You can. Okay, good evening.
Sige, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Good evening, guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you, good sir. Good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Ged.
Good evening.
You're welcome. Good
Thank you,
evening.
sir. Good evening.
Okay, good evening lang sa balay niyo dyan.
Salamat, good sir. Good eve.
Okay, thank you.
Sir Ryan. Sir Ryan.
Okay.